Hey guys, welcome to Rocket Intimate here with another video. This time at Mexico for Formula 1 Grand Prix. Just 3 races left, and Joe Pilkey, who could be champion today, almost bins it in qualifying, getting that car completely sideways. What a save by the lad though. Clipper has retired already. That's very early on in this wet conditions and catching drivers out left, right and centre. Clipper is out of qualifying on the start and finish straight. He must have had a big crash there. Hopefully, I don't have a save problem anywhere else, or anyone else has any problems. I say that I've gone sideways. Is this a save? Yes, it is. And somehow me and Joe being able to save the car in these conditions. But if we're both struggling, I guarantee the whole field is. So it'll be interesting to see how many cars actually finish this qualifying session. At the last corner one more time, we're invalidated, so it's looking to be on the next lap. We've now lost on the start finish straight. Are we into the wall? Yes, we are. Thankfully, our tyre doesn't come up, but Klimber, who probably did the exact same thing as I've just done, retired, so I feel bad for that. Throw the final corner one more time. There was just a minute and a half left on the clock. Is this fast enough to beat my own lap time in pole position? Extended. Yes, it is 24.9. Is that enough to keep my pole position? It could be. Joe's racing on the softs, but as you can see, it's way too wet on the softs, so I don't think he's going to be able to do anything about it. Do this fast left, right, then I'm down on my delta by 2/10. I lose the rear though through this bit, and I'm in the wall, and I'm out of qualifying. In the wall. That is bad news for myself, but it's my teammate Cesar who is on a good lap here. Is it purple sector, well, sector 3 shall I say? Yes it is. It's going to be very tight between me and him, but Crimson Blade is there and he has blocked Cesar who is on his lap. Crimson Blade, that is bad driving from you. Wasn't expecting that, and he has blocked Cesar who was on an absolute storm of a lap, and that could have been pole position for Cesar. Although he's saying that he's kept his lap together, although it would have cost him at least half a second coming to the line. What is Cesar's lap time going to be? It's an improvement, but it's not P1, and it would have been so close. So sadly, Climber Blade has Crimson, even not Climber. Crimson has ruined that. So there you have it. Us on pole position. Cesar in P2. It's Williams front row. You gotta love to see it with Joe in P3, who risked it on the softs. Got to give him the respect for that. I was just having a look at the time difference between me and Cesar there in the both first sector, second sector, and third sector. See if what he would have done compared to me. Moving on with the race then. 10 red lights for the Mexican Grand Prix for Formula 1 is underway. Overtaking Rich Mix here being applied. Is it a good start? Yes, it is. Very decent start, I have to admit, but Cesar's got a better one. I think he has, and he's kept it in overtake. I wasn't expecting that. Cesar has kept his car in overtake. Joe's in overtake as well, heading into turn 1, and who's the latest on the brakes? I am the latest on the brakes, but I've misjudged turn 1. I'm in the grass as well, I've had to cut the corner. Through goes Cesar, through goes Joe in P3 now. So head down, I've got to try and get these positions back before those two escape, because I've got a feeling they might just attempt to break my toe straight away. Heading into his left-hander then, who is the bravest on the brakes is JJ. What a start he's made, he's into P4. Although saying that he dropped a few positions there. Now, on the safety car restart, Cesar with the advantage this moment. Joe P2, myself in P3. Here we go for this one. Who's it going to be? Who's going to take this one? It's pretty much a NASCAR start here as they are going side by side. Where's Cesar going to go? Cesar goes now, and that has messed up Joe massively. We've got the run on Joe then. Richard overtake being used until that point, so decided to turn it off. Joe still using his ERS at this point to try and keep the advantage on me. I probably should have kept it in overtake, but I'm not wasting away overtake in the first 4 laps. That's a certain in this Grand Prix. I think it's turn 1 though. It is Cesar with the advantage. Joe in P2 then. Myself P3, still in this order. No one quite making an overtake. And then further back, Vocky has now got a 5-second penalty for a safety car incident that wasn't his fault. And I tell you what, Vocky's got pace here. Is he going to cut the inside maintenance right-handed? Yes, he is. I give him the space. He forced me off the track a little bit, but I keep position nonetheless. So it's another lap time where I'm into P3 now. And I'm holding off, but I need to stay with these two. So if I could really help Vocky just like being there or thereabouts. JJ making an absolutely amazing move there on Klimber. Getting that one done round the outside of turn 1, turn 2. Sounds good move by JJ. Up the inside goes Vocky. There's contact. It's giving me damage as well. Vocky, that was a bad overtake. And I sent him back here. I was always going to send it back. Just like that. Back into P3. But I do have damage now. And that's disappointing because damage rounds here, especially this track, it's not what you want. Into turn 1 one more time. You could just see the oversteer and the understeer, shall I say. It's just not working for me here at all, which means Rocky with the DRS, with the overtake and the race mix, he should be able to get past me here. He's in the slipstream, and the toe pulls out late minute to go to the left-hand side. Doesn't quite get it done. A big yellow flag's there. I don't know what's happened. I don't know if there's been contact in front, but Joe's taking the Grand Prix nonetheless. Cesar into P2. Now, Avoki again. Go for the move up the inside. Well, it didn't really need to go for the inside there. Could have gone either way. He's got a huge amount of pace. And managing to use the DRS to his advantage to get back into P3. So, what could I do from here then? Do I need to pit, or can I get Avoki back on this next straight? I'm probably going to stay out. Yeah, just a couple more lap times then. Coming across the line. There you go. We can pit for mediums now if I wanted to. Into the DRS we go. The overtake button being pressed shortly there with the rich mix being applied. Slipstream as well. Going to the outside. Heading it towards turn 1. Are we past for turn 1? No, we're not. Avoki sending up our inside there. Now it's turn 2. It's left-hander. Avoki still there or thereabouts. Holds around the outside. More slight bit of contact there between the pair of us. Avoki getting a little bit sideways out the corner. We're in overtake button one more time. Outside. This time we choose to go. Can we get ourselves back into P3? Yes, we can. Avoki with the inside line should be able to hold it there or thereabouts, though. Now it's this right-hander. Avoki still with the outside line. We are still side by side. It's this double right-hander then. Who is going to get this position? Oh, we're still side by side. Oh my god, we're going to have to be side by side. It's his left-hander. We give Avoki the position there. Can we do the switchback? Not quite this time round. We just got to stay with Avoki, but with our damage through there, that wasn't going to happen. Now, we pitted, and we had to change our front wing as well. So, Avoki comes out back in front of us with the pit stop due to the fact that we had to get our front wing changed. You can just see the gap that he's opened up already. As Klimber, wow, okay, Klimber's got past this as well now. So, head down once again, trying to catch up to these cars in front. Come out P6. So, that's not what I wanted at all. A few cars pitted, I think, oh, I don't know who's pitted actually. It might have been JG or Crimson Blade, but someone's pitted. Now into the final couple of corners we go. Who is... Oh, catch up to Klimber. We're going to have the overtake button in press. Rich Mix as well. Should be able to get past Klimber here with the DRS. Now in the DRS as well. Pulling out to the right-hand side. Klimber on old soft. Pretty easy move, I've got to say. Up the inside. It's turn 1. Is Klimber going to hold around the outside? No, he's not. He's basically giving us position. Doesn't want to fight it too much. That's fair enough. And we have kept the move then out of turn 3 as well. Into P4 we go. Next up, Avoki. Well, I say next up. I think we should go for a pit stop early on. Well, 9 laps to go. And we've got off the stock combat tyres. Avoki still on those mediums at the moment. So, we should be able to see if we can catch that gap back up that we lost because of our front wing change. And it's a rich mix as well. Out the pit lane we go. Can we catch Avoki? Can we catch Cesar? I doubt we're going to catch Cesar. He's 21 seconds ahead. Saying that, they are in the pits at the moment though. As we've got yellow flags of illegals out of the race. We've got purple. So, I don't know what's happened to illegal, but he's out of his Grand Prix on the start and finish straight. So he's done what Klimber did in the wet, I guess. Coming across the line then, it is P4. Oh my god, I didn't even look there. And he's in the middle of the track. And we've almost crashed big time there into illegal. But I just wasn't paying attention. I was looking at my lap time. I didn't think that he was going to be there. And sadly, I've now got red wing. And I think that's going to be a trip to the pit lane then. And then sadly, that is going to ruin my battle between me and Avoki. Now it's his right hand, the final corner. We get a penalty for our measures. Oh my god, we're into the wall. That could be worse. My teammate's also in the pit, so I'm going to get held up as well. And then after that, it's all about pushing. Going for the fast lap of the Grand Prix on fresh softs again. Through this fast left, right, still with the overtaken use. And the rich mix through this fast left hander. The race says, no, you don't. And I went to the wall. I am out of the Mexican Grand Prix. Due to the fact of the overtake bird being in play, and I didn't realise the rear downforce was that bad around here. But it is nonetheless. And Cesar and Joe seem to be overtaking each other under safety car. I don't really know what's going on here, but they've now hit each other slightly. Joe's taking the lead now. Cesar's got a penalty. What on earth is going on here then? And Cesar's now retaking the lead. Joe's now retaking the lead. What the hell is going on here? And Joe's now pulled off the track. Cesar's retaking the lead of the race. Interesting. I don't know if that's mind games between the pair of them. It very much could be. Now, Bubble Cesar, he says brake check to the party. And he has brake tested Joe, who has then in turn hit Klimber. And that was very naughty from Cesar. And Joe decides he's going to take it out of his own hands. Hits Cesar into the wall. Cesar, I don't understand this from Cesar. That was a joke. Joe getting payback, fair enough. I gotta rate that from Joe. Cesar then retires, probably the most hated driver on the grid. So, at the moment this time, JJ decides to overtake the pace car. And he gets disqualified from the session for overtaking the pace car, even though he's a lap down. But it turns out that he's not actually disqualified, and it's a glitch. So, the safety car's a bit broken at the moment. And I think you might just see that in F2, which you'll see later on in a couple of days, I expect. Now, on the final corners, on the safety car restart, Vocky with the lead at this point. Crimson Blades is in P2. Joe trying to get past Crimson Blade early on. He's got loads of penalties, which the other persons around him don't. Vocky, though, with the lead of this race, extending his gap. Joe's got to hurry this up if he wants to win this Grand Prix. Up the inside of Crimson Blade into turn 1. All about Joe up the inside, later on the brakes, gets the move done. Neat and smoothly, just like that, through the turn 2s and turn 3s. Anyone on the exit of turn 3 looking for an overtake? I've got to say, Klimber's looking racy here. Is Klimber going to try and make a move on Crimson Blade? Possibly into turn 5. This left-hander, Klimber shoves it up the inside of Crimson Blade. Crimson Blade leaves enough space. Crimson Blade, nice, holding on to the advantage. Oh, there's a spin. Joe's gone for a spin. Klimber Blade goes up the inside for a switchback on Crimson Blade as well. This is all happening here on this lap 34 out of 36. But Joe has possibly just lost his chance of a podium due to that fact that he's just spun there. Now, on the last lap of this Grand Prix, Joe is just 0.9 seconds behind Crimson Blade. Can he get on terms with Crimson Blade here? It's a possibility. The final lap of the race, overtake a race mix is going to be used by both these drivers, I expect. Crimson Blade pulls out to the inside line and backs out of battling Joe. I think it's because he knew that Joe's got penalties, but could have really wanted to see the battle. But Joe's got himself into P3 now. Can he now pull the pin and get enough of a gap between him and Crimson Blade? But what about Avoki, the new driver, on his debut with FSM? It's possibly going to win this race. Klimber, another debut new driver, should I say, in P2. Joe, your champion. If it stays like this, he will be the FSM F1 champion. I'm pretty certain on that. Might be that he has to wrap it up in Brazil, but I'm pretty certain, because Mega Security's not racing, Joe is world champion, but I'm not sure. Vocky crosses the line to win the Mexican Grand Prix. P2 going to Klimber, those two an absolute superb race. P3 going to Joe, extends his championship lead, and it will go on to the next race by, there's only like 45 points separating them. With 2 races to go, 52 points available. Championship is kind of one and done, depending if Megan decides to race at Brazil, which is no certainty at all. So, there you have it. Avoki, your race winner. I DNF'd early on. Stowe did a few other drivers. I mean, illegal. I don't know how he's crashing the start finish straight. I don't know if it's because of a controller disconnect, we got collected by someone else, or he's crashed out on purpose. But either way, I wasn't expecting there to be a goddamn car in the middle of the track, and sadly that's ruined my race. And then obviously my crash at the end, which caused the safety car. Then you had Cesar, the most unsporty driver on the grid at this point, brake testing the rest of the pack. And I will say that he is not allowed to race in any more F1 races towards the future because of that movement. JJ, nice points there. See what he can get at Brazil. Hopefully he gains some confidence and can maybe fight for the win at Brazil. You never know at Brazil, it's an interesting one. You never know if there could be a few safety car glitches. We'll find out next time. But my pace was good. I just got very unlucky with a few things. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day and goodbye.